Hey guys. Alright. Please let me know if you can hear me. And chat away to see if this works. Okay, we're going live. Let's see. Hey, what's going on? All right, okay, just getting this train rolling here. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, great. Can you hear me good or well? Does it sound good? Good, well. All right. What's up, me? How's it going, man? All right. Let's see. We left off with this pistol. And what I want to do now is put it in the holster. That's where pistols go, right? What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? What's up, Juan? Kit. Hey, Scott. What's up, man? Freakenstein. That's a great name. How's it going, man? Okay. Let's see. What I want to do is I want to merge all these down, but I'm going to use this handy dandy plugin called Z-Scene Manager. Thanks to Joe Pickup for showing me that. Okay. Right mouse button. Come on, show me the goods. There we go. Let me get it out of the chat. Hey, look, chat's working. Sweet. Yep, we're going to do some sculpting stuff. I just want to get this gun kind of merged in with him. I might make a holster really quick, and then I want to start blocking out that dinosaur in the back. So, because I know some of you guys are waiting for that. Instead of doing, because what I would probably do if I was just working on my own and not streaming is I'd probably build the rifle and then start detailing out his body and stuff like that. But I think I want to block out that dinosaur, so we'll see what happens. Could be good. Could be good. All right. Hey, what's up, Mike? Hey, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, Joanna? Okay, so the reason I pulled this up is just because I kind of want to get a good idea which subtools have the. Let's see. Is that all of the info? Yeah, this D right here. See the D? The D means dynamic subdivision, the DYN. And it looks like this is the only subtool that does not have dynamic turned on. Okay. So I don't know what happened here. I just lost my... Come on. Alright, I'm going to turn this back off. Oh, that's why. This window's showing up and I didn't see it. Okay. Would you like to turn dynamic subdivision on all the time? Sure. Let's do it. Why not? Okay. So now dynamic is turned on everything. I'm trying to think if I want to run Zremesher on this or not. I'm going to try it just to kind of see how it's like really kind of high resolution. I'm gonna run Zremesher on here and see what happens. So how's everybody doing tonight? Tuesday, another Tuesday. Yeah, Scott finally made it to the stream, guys. It's kind of tough because he's in Florida. Excuse me. Okay. What am I trying to do here? Oh, my custom menu is not working. Is it working now? There we go. All right. Getting some kind of crazy pinching. I'm just going to Zremesh it one more time. There we go. That works. Now, since I Zremeshed that, it kind of softened these edges. I want to bring those back. I want to make sure my spotlight projection's turned off. go. And down here. Butamus. Okay. It's good enough for me. Now I want to make sure dynamics turned on, and now I'm going to merge everything together. There's kind of a trick to this, and that trick is the reason I wanted to make sure it was all dynamic subdivision, because I'm going to merge everything together. I don't want any pieces to have real subdivision levels, or else it would kind of collapse them, collapse the layers into themselves. So I don't want that. You guys are awesome. I have the best students on the planet. I'm going to say it right now. I'm so lucky. And you guys, most of my students in my workshop, they won't use this, but I did a thing today with a good friend of mine, Adam Manoa. He is a 2D artist, a phenomenal 2D artist, and he wants to get into 3D. So I wanted to pick somebody to help me out that has never touched ZBrush before, ever, or maybe opened it once or twice and just kind of fiddled around with it, but they're completely lost and, you know, kind of over their head with it. So what I did today is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Zoom. There's this it's kind of like Google Hangouts or Skype, where you can talk to someone one-on-one and share your screens and kind of do some annotations over the top and things like that. Well, Adam is near me. He just lives in the next city over, and what we did is we did a Zoom session where he opened ZBrush and I just kind of guided him through it one-on-one, just super slow, step-by-step hand-holding, and then I guided him through how to reinstall the newer ZBrush. So he had 4R7. I walked him through how to install 4R8, and we went over how to install my brushes and user interface and what they did. It just, I mean, baby steps, super baby steps. And then I showed him navigation and all that stuff that you need when you're first starting out. Super slow. It took us 4 hours. This is a 4-hour lesson to get to where my course kind of starts. So it's all this basic stuff, and then to get to where the course starts. And I'm super excited to get it all edited and up for you guys, because I think there's some students in the course that kind of bought the course and they're kind of just churning their wheels, and they haven't quite gotten into it because they're kind of frustrated, and they, you know, their skill level isn't quite there, and because ZBrush is kind of difficult to get into, I'm not gonna lie. So I just wanted to make it way easier and just kind of hold you guys by the hand and say, look, it's not as daunting if you know how to get in there and know what to do. So I'm crazy excited about that. So yeah, 4 hours. 4 hours of training coming up. All right. Scott, yep. Scott's awesome. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning. Yeah, it's gonna be super cool. And Adam's a great guy, and he was really patient with me. I was trying to be as patient as I could with him. I think I did a pretty good job, you know, because I was literally looking at his screen and say, okay, you know, click that thing right there. Now hold down Control plus Shift and tap on the background. You know, he wasn't watching me do it. He's doing the whole thing, and I'm telling him where to click and what to do. I'm talking about hand holding, like super noob, right? And I think it turned out great. He was super patient, and he went through it and step by step, and yeah, it's awesome. So it has a learning cliff. It does. Okay, here we go. This is what I was going to show you. So what I could do is I could just merge each subtool starting from the top and going down. It's kind of like hitting Control E in Photoshop, where you just merge layer down one at a time, and it's going to take forever. Well, I have a whole bunch of layers here. I want to merge them all at once. It's kind of like flatten layers in Photoshop. And how you do that is you hit merge, and you hit merge visible. You click that, and it looks like nothing happened. So you might be like, well, nothing happened. It's not, all my pieces are still there. Well, if you look up in the toolbox, let's call this the tool. If you look in the list of tools up here, you'll see a gun that is all together, and it says merged. So this is the gun that's all together and merged. It has dynamic subdivisions turned off, but there it is. So now it's one piece, and the reason I wanted to make it one piece is because now I can merge it into my cowboy scene. So let's do that. Insert. I actually want to append. I want to put it at the bottom. So append, we'll put this gun. Where are you, gun? There. Right there at the bottom. And it's gigantic. Look at that thing. And he's riding it. Yeehaw! That's the new character. Okay. Gigantic gun. Okay. So I just centered the gizmo and I'm going to scale it down. But I need to select that subtool first. Let's put it right there. Vertical learning curve, yeah, for sure. It can be that way sometimes, right? Yep, a hood ornament. Okay, I'm making sure symmetry is turned off. It's still gigantic. All right. Let's get it. Let's kind of just get it in place here. So it's about right here. Already I can tell that the hammer on the back of that gun is way too small, and the barrel's too big. I'm not saying nothing. Let's see. Okay. Looks like something's back here. I don't know if it's a continuation of this strap that, or if it's like a holster for his rifle. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to ask Johannes what that is. Okay, so now I can just kind of I'm just going to grab a color like this and just fill it for now. Fill it with a color just so it's not this blaring white thing. Okay, now the handle is obviously too small for his hand, so I'm gonna make it bigger, even though just to make it look like he could use it instead of this little toy. There we go. Okay. one for each of you. Yep. Symmetry, right? You're drunk. Go home. You're probably seeing double. Alright, you guys, what's that from? I got two guns. One for each of you. Alright. One of my favorite films of all time is what it's from. Just gonna back that. Okay. I'll figure out the belt and all that later. Yep. I'm your Huckleberry. So good. Okay. I'm just gonna leave him right here as he is. I think we're getting kind of tired of the cowboy for a minute, and we're gonna move on to blocking out that dinosaur, and we're gonna block him out facing forward. And so here we go. Let's try it out. So the audio's okay still? So it's a funny story with this audio. I'm going full circle in this stupid thing. You know, I've gotten the camera is upgraded. I'm trying to upgrade my production quality, you know, trying to get things to look better and sound better. And I've gone through so many microphones, so many headphones. I mean, I have this thing, I have that thing, and it's coming all the way around to this. This is the best that I've found, and the reason why is because it concentrates on my voice just kind of right here, and you can't really hear too much in the background. It has noise canceling microphone, which is great. And the only thing that it really does that bugs is sometimes when I tap on this cord, you guys can hear it, or if it scratches my shirt, you can hear it. So I might figure out some way to tie it up so that that noise doesn't travel through the cord. But that being said, this is the best headset, the best mic. Probably gonna sell these things. So if you're, this big one works great for the when I'm recording the course, but I have to be right up on it like a DJ. It sounds much better than this microphone when I'm recording, but for live streaming it doesn't really work that well. So yep, wherever I go the mic's there. Hey, right? It's true. Wherever you go, there you are. Okay, I'm just gonna get the hips into place, then I'm gonna make it a different tool. So the mod mic, hey, what's up, Mike? The mod mic, it was good, but it kept getting caught and falling off. So it's not within reaching distance, it's over there. So basically what I have is a pair of headphones, and there's this mod mic that has a microphone that has a magnetic thing that sticks it to any pair of headphones. And I just tested the different microphones inside a free program called Audacity, and just tried different settings. But I wanted to hear that raw just sound, what it sounded like. And the mod mic was too kind of open and tinny, and it had just, it wasn't, I would need some post-processing to make it sound like this one. And this one already sounds pretty good, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with what works. So, but Mike, thank you so much. Mike's been awesome helping me out. He's one of my students, and he's kind of an audiophile guy, and he's been helping me out with my setup and some of the stuff. And Joe Pickup's been a great help with me with that too, and he helped me a lot with the camera and stuff. I'm not an audiophile or a cameraphile or whatever you want to call it. I'm not that guy, you know. So I reach out to people that are. But no, thanks man. Is there a wireless headphone version? Hey, John and Bjorn, they're watching from YouTube. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. So I'm pushing this to my YouTube channel, which is awesome. Okay, so there's not a good wireless solution, and because there's so much interference, it's good. Wireless things are good for like games and stuff like that, but for live streaming, it can cut off and get in the way. But yes, thank you very much, Mike. Okay, I always get distracted when I'm talking to you guys. It's like I'm in a chat or something. Okay, so I'm gonna grab his pants. Grab his pants. Then I'm going to just so I can kind of get the idea of how big this dinosaur is going to be. So I'm looking at his hips, the ratio of his hips, and it's probably wider than he is with his arms at that level. And then how far does he stand off of the surface? It looks like his hips are about his chest level, right? And then I'm just going to grab a different color from here. So if you want to grab a color from your art on Spotlight, you have to make sure this ring is showing, and you turn that ring on with Z, pushing Z. Then you can hover over a color and push C. See how it grabs? And you don't click down, you just kind of hover over the image. See the color changing over there? Yeah, you just kind of hover over it, let go, push Z to hide it, and then grab your hard paint brush and fill it. And then it's this nasty brown mud color. So, I don't know, I'm in a weird mood tonight. After streaming for 4 hours this morning, not streaming, recording for 4 hours this morning. Okay, so I think maybe I'll just keep going with this. Okay, his pants are masked, so I'm going to split this off. Split to unmasked points, arrow down, and I'm good. Alright. So now we just have the sphere all by itself. Okay, next, I block animals, creatures out exactly like I block out humans, whatever, cartoon characters, it doesn't matter. That's the beauty of blocking things out with primitives. even some of my students that do realistic work, now that they've had a taste of the blocking out stuff with primitives, they block out stuff with primitives even if it's realistic. So that's pretty cool. Go primitives. Alright. Perfect. Done. It's a little too much. Okay. And when you're blocking stuff out, you typically do not want to cross the center unless you're doing something that needs to be crossed in the center, like butt cheeks, for example. You need to push those across to cross. But typically, I try to stay away from the center because it just causes problems, and it causes tumors, what I like to call tumors, where the two spheres cross in the center into each other and then back out. If you were to weld and mirror, sorry, I'm stumbling my words tonight, sorry. If you were to mirror and weld, it will weld the two spheres together, but then the interior, since they're crossing in the center, it will take that and make kind of a wafer inside, and you don't want that. You want to get rid of that. Hey, what's up, Night Shadow? What's up, you son of a Gunderson? I'm doing good. How's it going? Alright, I need to center this. No. You know, it's pretty interesting guiding someone from kind of like afar. It reminds me of those, if you ever watch Survivor, those, or just, you know, just family reunion games in the park or whatever, when you're like blindfolded and you're trying to tell somebody which direction to go, and you're standing kind of off to the side and you have like a megaphone, no, turn left, you know, and they just like can't see where they're that's a little bit what it feels like when you don't have the control and you're trying to teach and tell somebody else how to do something. So it was kind of fun. Not I say that making it sound not good, but it's great. Adam did a fantastic job. Blocking out the dinosaur. Oh, I gotta make sure he's facing forward. Okay, yep. The cowboy's just in there. Hey guys. It's like a walrus mascot. Okay. Then let's get the rear leg going. That's so weird. Sometimes when you do an insert multi-mesh brush, it'll hide the rest of the object like that. See that? It's like, whoa, how can I see what's going on? But sometimes it just does that. What can you do? Night Shadow. You're like, wink wink, nudge nudge. I honestly, I have not even thought about it. I have not thought about it. I'm sorry. You're like wanting to get a head start. You little sneaker. Oh man. Okay. So he's kind of sitting down on his haunches. I'm gonna model him so he's standing more upright and full, not sitting down on his haunches so much. Sorry, Night Shadow. You crack me up, man. Every time. Like, so, I got a question for you. Okay. I might even have a poll. You know, like, what do you guys want to do? Yes, works. Okay, you guys, I'm going to be honest with you, and I really apologize about the workshop opening. You know, you'd think I'd open it because I need the money or whatever, but I want to open it with typically people open courses, workshops, you know, the big ones like that. Typically they'll open it with a webinar, right? It's kind of a sales pitchy type deal, and with some training and stuff like that. But I want to do mine a little differently and do a Q&A session. The problem is all the webinar software out there to use, it's either extremely expensive or it sucks. So that's like your two options. And I just want to do maybe like a Twitch. You know, this is great, right? This is great. This is working awesome. So the only problem is I want to, in marketing, you need to collect, it sounds horrible, but you need to collect people like a collector, and you collect people's email addresses, and that way you have a direct way to communicate with them, like send them out emails. So that's why you want people to register for the Q&A. So they give you your email address, and then you can send them emails and say, hey, the course is opening, or the course is closing, or you know, what have you. So I would just do a Twitch session where anybody can join, but then it wouldn't be, you know, it wouldn't be set up correctly. I wouldn't be collecting people's emails and stuff like that. So I need to find a better solution, and I think I have one. I'm super duper close. I'm going to use YouTube Live embedded in a web page. That way I can do the collection of the emails. YouTube Live, you can get 1080p, which is really nice, and it has the live chat, just like you're seeing right here, live chat, and I can do it with my streaming software, just like this. So I'm super duper close, and as soon as I get that all just ironed out, then I'm gonna go for it. So if you're on my emailing list, you'll be notified as soon as I figure that out. So thank you so much for asking. Sorry I'm taking so dang long. All right. Sound like a DJ is my second job. Yeah, no kidding, right? Oh man. Okay. So Kit, my answer is hopefully this month. This month is coming to an end. I was planning on the 17th. That was my day, but the planets didn't align. The webinar thing didn't align, and it just didn't work, and I'm sorry. I apologize. It's taken so long. I like these dinosaur legs to kind of be inward a little bit. Then you're so ready? Yes! I'm so ready to have you in there. It'll be awesome. I can't wait. So how do you get into the email list to be notified? Okay, thanks for asking. I say, sometimes I wonder if I say this too much because I don't like to pitch too much on here, but you can see this logo above my head, see 3D Character Workshop. If you just type 3dcharacterworkshop.com, you will be taken to my webpage where there's a button that says Count Me In, and you can get all of my brushes, user interface, and my ruler by signing up, and that is how you get onto my newsletter. So yeah. Take over the world. Thanks, man. And thanks for the interest, by the way. So that's how you get on my emailing list, is just hop over there. Whoa, I don't want that. Hop over there and just get the brushes downloaded. So okay, I'm gonna start blocking out the toes. Oh, the audio's way out of sync. Oh dang, you're probably right. I still need to put a delay in the audio, or in the video. Sorry about that. One of these days I'll get it all worked out. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do a quick search. Okay, I really like how Kevin Keel does his dinosaur feet, and I've modeled one of his. I modeled the T-Rex for Digital Tutors a while back. Yeah, one day, right? One of these days. All right, come on. I'm going to save this image. Save it. Sorry, please bear with me. Twitch. Okay. What's up, Mad Duck? How's it going, man? Alright, I'm going to import another image. This one. This is a Kevin Keel. My good friend Kevin Keel. Amazing 2D artist. This is the image that started this whole idea going. So look at that. Look at that leg. Isn't that a beautiful thing? It's so nice. It's kind of drawn from the side and it's in shadow, and you can see this one, but it's very kind of bird-like, like chicken-like, I guess, but it's super nice. I like it a lot. So I'm going to park this over here so I can kind of see those feet. Oh, I need Bazooka. I'm going to write that down right now. I keep forgetting what it's called. I need to go get it. Way better than Spotlight? Okay. Pure Ref. Thanks, man. Okay. I'm going to do that tonight. After this is over, I'm going to go get it. Because I'm going to tell you a story. There's a lot of my students that get that forget to turn Spotlight projection off. And they're like, why doesn't my brush work? I do it too. Why does my brush work? You know, and it's because Spotlight. Oh my goodness. I feel bad. Okay, let's move this down. So Pure Ref, I'm all about that, man. Thank you. Every single time, right, Dave? Every time. And it's tricky because move will work. Move, look, I'll turn it on. Spotlight projection, turn it back on. Okay, I'm on move. It works. Like, yeah, I'm sculpting along. I'm going to smooth now. Smooth. Why isn't it working? Well, Spotlight projection. You silly clown. So, yeah, Spotlight projection every time. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's it. Does Pure Ref cost, Bazooka? Does it cost the monies? I hope it. Even if it costs a little bit, it's fine. What do you think of those? Those dinosaurs? It's like dinosaurs with booties on. Cut out a flat color background out of the reference image. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. This background isn't that flat, but what he's talking about is if you go to Paint and you drag Control plus Alt, you go like that. That's a really fun thing to do. Is it necessary? Probably not. Is it cool? Yes, very cool. Oh, small donation like $5. Oh man, $5. Hey, what's up, Shas? I'm gonna call you Shas. A tentative slug. How you doing, man? Thanks everybody for stopping by. I am live streaming today. I forgot to do the notifications. Man, I'm out of it today. I'm not doing good. I'm not keeping up on all my stuff. Okay, you know what? We're gonna change this to white. We're gonna fill it so we can have some bright colors. There we go. Bright colors are just so fun. Dinosaur with booties. Okay. Now we're going to duplicate this. Now, this is something I always forget too. When you duplicate an object, it puts it in the same polygroup as the object that you duplicated. So, if I want to put it, thanks, Jaswada. Thank you so much. You gotta wait. You have to model some fruit and fruit bowl basic stuff for your modeling and animation class. Right on. Get to it, brother. I hope you do a good job. Yeah, and have a great night, man. We'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping by. So what I do is I invert the mask, hit Control W, and it puts that in. Oh, what the? I must have hit Control S. And it puts it in its own polygroup, and then I can do it again. So duplicate, kind of put it into. Oh, I crossed the streams. Don't cross the center streams. Okay. Then invert the mask, Control W. They're in their own polygroup. Okay. Now we can go start to adjust some things. Move, topological. Let me see here. So what I'm doing is I'm thinking about how to build these toes, because see how the tendons are actually going all the way up the leg or the foot, and here they're just like, it looks like a cartoon, like balloons or something. Making a turkey. Better hold my hand up and draw around it. Okay, so what I'm thinking is actually hiding this guy. Hey, what's up? Welcome. It's true. The turkey dinosaur. Okay, so here we go. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some craziness. I'm just going to, I want to pull that whole thing out. Come on, grab it. It's dude, every single model starts out in the valley of the suck. So you got to work your way through that valley. So it's going to look like a turkey for a minute, and that's okay. It's going to look like balloons for a minute. Now it looks like Roadrunner for a minute. You know what? I am going to just get rid of this purple because I don't want it. Get away. Okay. Yep, Ryan Kingsland. Valley of the Suck. Every dinosaur begins life as a balloon turkey. I saw a funny meme the other day of a thesaurus. There's this guy, it's this dinosaur saying the sentence but using all the optional other words like a thesaurus. Oh, funny. It made me laugh. Thesaurus. So you'll notice I'm stretching the bazooka out of these polygons. Sorry, bazooka. There you go. Sometimes move elastic is good. Let me turn on topological though. See this? Whoop. That's what you use move elastic for. See how it's not making a curvy mess? It's actually just kind of dragging the whole thing. Shaswata, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep, Bugs Bunny legs. Bugs Bunny feet. It'll get there, man. It'll get there. Come on. Yeah, so the plans are I'll eventually I want to make it as an add-on, like a smaller course. It won't be part of the main workshop because not everybody wants to learn Marvelous Designer, even though it's the coolest thing ever. So I'm going to have it a separate thing. But yes, I am going to do it. Same with Substance. So it's like complementary programs to ZBrush. Okay, so now that I've stretched the crap out of these things, I'm going to Zremesh them. But I do want to pull them over. Okay. Alright, let's Zremesh this thing and see what happens. Turn on dynamic and apply, and put it to like a 1 and see what happens. It's going to do orange, red, and white. That's my prediction of polygroup colors. Boom. I've done this before. Sorry, red, white, and orange, and yellow. I don't know why, it just does it. Substance is 2 is fantastic. I wonder where does that leave Mari? So I haven't used Mari very much. Just because I'm in game production and it seems like Mari is more of a film production tool. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the reason why is because it just the game engines just can't handle that level of detail that Mari can produce. But I may be wrong. I haven't used it that much, or at all ever. I've never even opened that program up. I don't know why, I just haven't had the opportunity. Okay, I need to Zremesh this higher. Let's go to like a 3. That's better. Substance is kind of made, it's kind of meant for games. I mean, you can even export it to game engines, and it's a very complementary program to ZBrush. Oh, are you talking about like an 8K map out of Substance? No, they just film just handles objects and things differently. Like, for example, you use displacement maps instead of normal maps. So it's not that it can't. It's not that it's not enough. It's just that it's not. It just doesn't. It just doesn't complement the pipeline of a game engine, or how you build games. Or Substance doesn't complement the film industry as well, if that makes sense. UDIMs. Yeah. And they use subdivided geometry because at the end of the day it's going to be rendered, right? It's going to be rendered in a rendering engine for film. But a game mesh is going to be low poly, and that's what Substance wants. It wants a low resolution mesh with textures. And then you texture it and paint it and put the materials on it inside Substance. Right. And I have not worked in film, so I can't tell you exactly what their pipeline looks like. But both film and game, their pipelines start the same. They both start in ZBrush typically, making the high resolution models. And then the paths diverge after that, if I'm not mistaken. Chicken dino. So, will you do leave the streams on UV? Shaz, I do in my workshop. I do not do that when I'm streaming because I don't do that in ZBrush. I do it in a different program, so I'm sorry I don't cover that in on Pixelogic's streaming channel. I may cover it someday on my own channel, but I just don't stream over there as much. So, but if you're interested, I cover all of that in my workshop, everything from A to Z, the whole entire. It's a game character pipeline. It's not a film character, it's a game character. So, just so you know. Okay, I'm going to retop this again. And I'm going to take it up to 5. Let me save this really quick. Just 'cause. Oh, Shaz, sorry. You know that. You know. So what did? Okay, tell me again. What did you want to see? Do you leave the streams on the UV and retopology? Yeah, I just, like I said, I should stream I should do a stream for you guys and walk you through it some more. And Shas, I do plan on updating those lessons to be even more in depth. Those were kind of some of the last lessons that I did before I launched my course, so they're a little lacking, and not very many students have made it that far. So, if you've made it that far, congrats. Oh, the last Q&A? Oh, thanks. Okay. Yeah, just you can email me a question if you want if you want me to cover in a Q&A session. Just send it to shane.olson@3dcharacterworkshop.com and just say question for the Q&A, and I'll try and cover it for you. I've been meaning to do that. Okay, apply this and Zremesh at 5. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Zremesher is a beautiful thing. Oh, all different groups have different UV coordinates. I've never used or seen those. It sounds pretty fascinating. Okay. You know what? I'm going to pull this one forward and make some thickness. Okay, okay. You know, yeah. The I'm pretty surprised how Maya has improved their UV stuff lately. In 2018, good stuff. They've added quite a bit. And Maya is also very complementary to to ZBrush's workflow. So it's nice to use UV Master inside of ZBrush and kind of break up the parts and get the UV islands and things, and then take it over to Maya to kind of finish it up and move stuff and straighten things out and bring it all the way in to the end. Oh, what's up, Blans? Haven't seen you around for a while, man. How's it going? How do you keep your Zremesher from shrinking your mesh? I just kind of let it shrink it, and then and then I go back and just run inflate over the top. I actually asked Joseph Druss that very question, like how the heck can you keep it from, especially on fingers and things like the talons here. It's kind of just inevitable that it's going to do it. I don't even know if that's a word. Inevitable. Anyway, it's going to do it regardless. So I just kind of embrace that it's going to happen and then go back and inflate it. So like this, see how it's starting to separate from that claw? So you just kind of go in with inflate and just kind of go over it like this. And bring it back. I don't know. I wish it didn't, but it does. Okay, I'm just kind of looking at this leg, even though it's turned back and it has a lot of pressure and it's bending these toes quite a bit. I'm not going to pose them in that shape, but I am going to try and put a little turn in the foot at the base where it's resting on the ground, because that will even stay there in an animation. That's one thing to be aware of, is don't put anything into your model that when the character moves, if it's still going to be there and look weird when he's in motion, don't add that in there. You know what I mean? Like yeah, if there's like if he's in his T-pose and his T-pose is like causing some wrinkle, and then when he starts to move, that wrinkle would go away or get lost. Don't put the wrinkle in there, or kind of adjust it. So can't you just reproject? You can, but the mesh is so low that when you reproject, it doesn't quite match it exactly. Like Dynamesh, when you're doing Dynamesh and reproject Dynamesh, it's different because your mesh is dense enough that it'll capture all the projection. But when you're using Zremesher, it's just too low, so it doesn't, kind of ignores it. That makes sense. Okay, let's see. Kind of run this along here just to there we go. Oh yeah, no worries. Thanks for watching, man. Happy to help. Just gonna clip this bottom off. There we go. Now invert. Just rotate these guys up to be more flat. I kind of like claws to emerge from the finger and then kind of have an arc, and then the tip is sitting on the ground. And another tip that you guys, different tip, an actual tip is to use, see this little white border all the way around the edge? I learned this from my friend John Diesta. He used to always grab my model and stick it down along that line and use that line as kind of a straight edge to see how straight my straights were. So he was our art director on Disney Infinity. And so then you can grab these toes and pull them down to sit right flat exactly on that edge. So Bazooka Plasma, what if you add subdivisions and then delete those? I mean, that would work a little better, but it still doesn't transfer all the detail that you want. So for example, if I went in and I say I did a crease, like say, I know you're talking about the inflation and like the shrinkage and stuff like that. Yes, it would help. It would help for sure. But also, sometimes, since this is made of several pieces, sometimes the pieces will project on the other pieces and get kind of weird. So if it was a solid object, it would be better, but since it's not, it has some issues. I'd rather, so it's much quicker for me just to grab the inflate brush and just go and in there and just fix that little problem. You know, because I'm still in the blockout stage. I'm still kind of loosey-goosey and just throwing stuff around. I'm not like worrying about tight little details and if it's going to shrink my mesh. You know, it's not. I'm not that concerned about it. And there's also I'll come in here and like pinch pinch the surface. Like, see this pinch right here? And if I Zremesh this, that's going to go away. So I have to be. I love that you can pinch as low of mesh as this is, but I want to wait until the end after I've merged all the primitives together and then Zremeshed it again. That's when I start to do pinching and getting the forms and things like that tighter. Like I equate it to focusing a camera. Right now my camera is blurry. It's really blurry. So I'm not really caring about those super tight details. It's just, I'm just trying to get those forms in there, and I'm just trying to follow kind of the silhouette and the outline of these things. So I don't really, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is I don't really care if the fingers deflate right now. That's my long way of saying that. Okay. There, I said it. Hey, what's up, Rampton? How's it going? What's the best way to get a good understanding of form? I mean, the obvious thing the answer is practice, right? The more you practice, the better you'll get. But the bigger thing to say is study, and study what you see and measure what you see. So, and it's also, it depends on how good the concept is. It's kind of like that whole garbage in, garbage out thing. If the concept is bad, your model's going to be bad. And if you're not a concept artist yourself, I always say, don't model your own stuff if you're not a concept artist professionally. So that's kind of, I mean, you can if you're just screwing around and you're trying to learn the program, model your own stuff. It's fun. That's what you do. And there are a lot of professional concept artists that want to get into 3D that do want to model their own stuff, and that's just fine. But if you're, and I've said this before, if you're a 3D modeler wanting to get a job in the 3D industry, modeling characters for games, you're most likely going to be modeling concepts that are given to you from concept artists. So look for concepts that actually have form and volume. Like Johannes and Kevin. I mean, look at the cross hatching on here. This is telling me all I need to know about the forms of this character. So now what I need to do is I need to match that as best as possible. And then the more you do, the better you'll get, and you'll get kind of the muscle memory in your head as far as what makes what forms look good. And like Ashley, if you watch her, she is super good at forms, because what she'll do is she'll look at reference of bugs and things, and just different interesting creatures and bugs and stuff like that, and she'll look at a really interesting part, and then she will kind of meld that into her creature, but she'll really capture the forms and stuff like that. And then those forms will kind of get into her brain. So then the next time she does another creature, she can kind of reach into that catalog of things that she's already modeled and think, oh yeah, I remember that. I should use that and kind of use those forms and stuff like that. So it's yeah, it's kind of it's practice, it's experience, it's use references, always use references, and always use the best concepts you can possibly get. I know you can't always use the best concepts because, I mean, maybe you're going to do some freelance and they hand you this concept and it's just okay, you know, and you have to just kind of deal with it. I've had several of those experiences, and you just kind of roll with it and try and make it better. One of my students, Cam, he was presented with a freelance job where he had to make one of their characters look more appealing. So you know, how do you do that? And they kind of gave him a character sheet and then what his old character looks like, and then he was kind of asking me how to make it more appealing, and I was giving him some tips and tricks of things that I know about making characters appealing just from experience. You know, how far apart to put the eyes, and how much to simplify an object, and you know, just things like that. And so yeah, just kind of it age it up. Worth, oh my goodness, age it up. I'm gonna slap you, man. so Mutated Jellyfish is a good friend of mine in real life, and we worked at 2 places together, and we would hear age it up from Suits all the time, and we just got kind of tired of hearing age it up. Man, that just means make it look more realistic. But Suits can't art direct, but they just know target audiences, you know. It's like, that's too young, we need to age it up. Whack. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna write a note for that right now. Sync audio. I need to watch myself back on a laptop and dial it in. I'm using, you guys, okay, if any of you stream, if anybody here streams, Streamlabs has just put out a brand new OBS streaming software. Look at this thing. So it's going to be Show Me Infinity for a minute, which is, so it's a lot like OBS, but it looks better. And it's quicker, it's lighter, it doesn't take as much CPU, it doesn't take as much RAM, and it has all of the Streamlabs stuff built in. So if you are a streamer that has subscribers, it links into all that stuff. It used to be that Streamlabs they made plugins for the regular OBS, and you would use all those plugins and everything. Now they're all built in. It's really cool. So I've switched over to this Streamlabs OBS, and I have not synced my audio just yet. So I apologize for that. I'll make sure I get that done before next week. So I'm sorry it's distracting, man. I will try to adjust. Let me see if I can just go in there. I'm not sure where I can get in there and adjust that. Mixer, sync offset in milliseconds. Okay, mic audio volume. Okay, hold on a second. Let me try it. Okay. Yes, thanks very much, Metal. That's awesome of you. Down mix to mono. Okay. Okay, I offset it 100 milliseconds, so we'll see. Does that match any better? Probably not, but I'll get it actually synced for real later. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. About half a second. How many milliseconds is that, Mike? It's still off by about 0.5. Go 200. All right. Oh man. 500 to 700? 500. Okay, we're trying 500. Okay, it's 500. Boom. So, alright. So is this any better? Does that look better? Yeah? No? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I'll get it dialed in before next time. Sorry about that, guys. It's good? It's good? Here, ready? Here we go. I'm doing the old clap. Sorry if I popped your ears. Oh my goodness. Much closer. Okay, awesome. Yay! Okay. Thank you guys. I'm glad I was able to kind of find it and figure it out. Thank you. 350 to 400? Okay, I'll mess with it. Okay, let's go. Let's add the belly. Where you see smoke. Right? Okay. This is going to be tricky. Blocking in a dinosaur. It's kind of weird because he's all hunched and I can't see anything. Can't see any business happening down in where the cowboy is. So I just have to kind of make that part up. But I'm going to go get some reference later and make sure it looks good. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's see. You always want to make sure it flows. So one primitive flows to the other. Don't do like this. Don't go bonk bonk. You know, you can see from his head all the way down to his tail is sleek and smooth. There's no change of direction. So you want to make sure that you have it smooth. Shoo, like that. Now under here, and this is why you want to block out the pelvis, and then you block out the torso, because underneath here there is a change of direction. You know, probably not that much, but there is a change of direction. I'm going to close this up a little bit and actually bring this out to be like muscle thighs. I'm just looking at the leg. I'm always rotating around this, and it goes the same for the front and the back. If I turn it like this, see the change of direction from the back to these hips. Now there is a change of direction slightly, but not as much as I have. So I want to have this nice silhouette all the way around. There we go. Looks like a pickle with legs. Hi, how you doing? Okay. Let's do the kind of the upper portion. I'm gonna kind of make him standing up, more like a T-Rex or something like that. But I will make him have little arms like a T-Rex, like this guy. I guess he's more like a raptor, like sleek and fast. And this one down here is, I mean, he's a little thicker. So, but the underlying anatomy is the same, right? It's Pickle Rick episode 2. No, chicken legs. It kind of looks like those rat legs, right? So Worth, so Mutated, I'm gonna call you out, man. So Worth worked on that. He actually modeled the Pickle Rick suit, and he actually worked on that episode. So yep, Pickle Rick. we have a somewhat of a celebrity in the house. And he modeled all the vehicles for all the episodes. I mean all the episodes. I shouldn't say all the episodes. I'll let you speak to that, Worth. But yeah, the weapons and some of the vehicles, like this track vehicle, and what else did you model for that? Hey, dude, Worth, put your art station in here. Let people check it out. Do it. Plug it. Not all. Yeah, not all. Oh, the Mad Max episode. That's right. Do you just say all? I did it all. I did them all. All the things. Oh, somebody asked me. Am I gonna open the course class anytime soon? Yes, Damon. I spoke to that a little bit earlier. I am wanting to open it before the end of the month. I was trying really hard for January 17th, but due to unforeseen circumstances I'm trying to do a Q&A for you guys, but it's just not working out because the software that I want to do the Q&A is not really working very well. So I'm still working on that. Okay, this is not looking... Yes, very, very soon. Very soon. That's my goal. Okay, let's get these arms on here. But thanks so much for your interest. I would love to have you guys in there. Now he's really looking like a chicken, like a cooked chicken. Okay, and I got later on. See this kind of this, I don't even know what it's called, but you can kind of see the separation in his neck. So this main neck muscle, and then this piece down here, and this continues all the way through to the back, and it's kind of this. It changes direction. So here, let me do a. If I were to cut it, slice his neck, the silhouette would look like this, right? So yeah, like this, if I were to cut it and look down his throat. So eventually I'll pull this down to make it kind of make that heart shape. So let's see. Make KFC in 3D. Can I get a bucket of Dino Nuggets? I know Dino Nuggets are a real thing. My kids eat those. Where is the dinosaur-shaped nuggets on a chicken? That's what I want to know. Yeah, right? That's great work. He did really cool cartoon rendering of those things. The TV show loved it. What's better for 3D modeling, Maya, Silo, or ZBrush? Okay. Yeah, it completely depends on what you're trying to do. So yep, I'll just let you guys answer those. Since this is Pixelogic's stream channel, I'm saying ZBrush. I actually spend 99% of my working time in ZBrush. That's not a lie. And I'm super lucky though. It didn't used to be that way. But I spent a lot of time in ZBrush. Okay, let's get the front of these arms in there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the drag out and push in trick. There we go. Get them skinnier. No, bazooka. Not necessary. But it's inevitable. Every single stream it comes up, you know. What should I use for this or that? But just like Maya's UVs, their box modeling or polygon modeling tools have gotten way better in 2019 or 18, not 19, 2018, Maya 2018. They've gotten a lot better. They used to like they. I'm not gonna get into it. Something as simple as mirroring, they didn't have working absolutely correctly, like Silo has had for like 8 years, until like this year. You know. Anyway, that's my rant. I'm not gonna say anymore. Say no more. Sorry. Yep, ZBrush for the win. You know what? I'm going to add a tail really fast just to balance them out. Sketch up. Oh, worth. True space. Alright, I'm going to use this. There it goes. This thing's huge. Alright. The thing is I can't smooth it down and scale it in that mode. Imagine on the Amiga. Oh, you guys are throwing back. I used to have an Amiga. It was great. Amiga 500. And a Commodore 128. Oops, this one. Okay, I'm going to flip this way. There we go. Oh man, Pita Gomez, you're gonna push me into a giggling fit. Red wax is the way. Oh my goodness. Milkshake. Oh my gosh, you guys. Bryce and True Space. Dude, Worth, don't even. Red Wax, the anti-Red Wax Club. Too fast. Pink tail, right? Like bazooka bubblegum. Alright. It's the best. The best tail. Whoop. You know what? Let's check it against this. Check it against. So can you do stuff like this with that? Oh, what's it called? The Pure Ref. Can you make it kind of transparent like this? Anyone? Anyone? I hope so, because I love to do this. Okay. Red wax. Yes, you can. Awesome. Yay. Oh, come on. Alright, that's just moving too much. Blue clay? Blue clay is Tomas's thing. the Zebro blue clay. I don't even have that material. Let's do Zebro viewport. Let's use this. That's good. That'll burn your eyes. Gotta save this and then Zremesh it. You guys are on one tonight. Okay, here we go. Zremesher. Let's put this at 8. There, now we have it all green like a frog. Alright, that Zebro viewport's driving my eyeballs nuts. Zebro paint, there we go. Red wax, there we go. Red wax. So beautiful. Red wax. looks like a salamander. Salamander. Red Chiffon's not bad, man. It's pretty good. I sometimes I like red wax just to show off the surface quality, but I actually prefer Zebro's gray to that. Which, where is it? Zebro gray, right here. So much better on the eyes. Why so much hate on the red wax? Show us the way, red wax. Oh. You know, I think I want these hips to actually like come out here and change the silhouette. Because he's strong. He's a strong dinosaur. There we go. Okay. Let's get a neck on there because this is looking a bit on the phallic side. Just going to say. So yes, you can tell I'm modeling this dinosaur more than this one, just because I really want a 3D print of this guy riding this dinosaur, and I asked Johannes to kind of detail him out a little bit more, which he absolutely did. It's phenomenal, and I will model this dinosaur eventually. I might take some of the saddle things and put them on this guy. I don't know. We'll have to see. But the reason I like this one is because he's so fast and that's such a dynamic pose that I want to see if I can get. I want to print this in 3D and get a metal rod and see if I can get it to actually stand that way in 3D and have that dinosaur just booking like that and have it sitting on my desk about this tall, you know, with like a dinosaur that long. That's my dream. There it is. Oh, can you hear the cable rubbing against my shirt? Yeah. Alright, sorry. That's the only problem with this microphone, is it just kind of goes. Alright. Sorry about that. I'll try to move my head less. See, Mike, that's what I'm talking about with this microphone. That's the biggest problem with it. So John Jake, hey, how's it going? Why don't I sculpt in Dynamesh mode? Because it adds too much detail. Too much detail. This forces me to stay simple, and it's easier to move around, much easier. In my opinion. And it makes things stay smooth. So if all this was Dynamesh, these would be all connected together. I like to keep everything in pieces and separate, like that. This is all polygroups. So I hope that answers your question. You're watching from YouTube. That's pretty cool. I really want this to not rub. Sorry guys, I don't know how to put it. Is it possible in 3D printing to put the extra weights in certain parts of the model to make it more balanced? Gemini, yes. So here's a trick that we actually did when I was working on Disney Infinity. Is we would create a low resolution version of the character. Like we would what is it called? Decimate. We would decimate the character, so we'd combine it all together with Dynamesh, then we would decimate it and bring it into Maya, and then we would make it a solid physics object, and we would run a physics simulator on it to see if it would tip over before we even printed it. So if there were any questions like that, we were like, is this going to tip over? Is it going to work? How's the weight distribution? Because it would actually function we would kind of stick it above the surface like a millimeter, so it could drop and see if it would waggle and fall. So that was kind of a little trick we did. Staples. This looks like a platypus now. It's merging and morphing, doing the different things. Yeah, it actually worked really well. I was surprised. Just run a simulator. Because that saves you from printing it, right? And seeing if it'll fall over that way. We also had a really cheap printer, like a Zortrax printer, and we would print it out really fast just to see that as well, to see if it would fall over, see how heavy it would be, see how it feels in your hand, and see what details kind of pop, because the surface was way more rough, so it wasn't as smooth, so you could really see if some of the details were popping or not. So okay, I'm gonna move these arms down more. I'm kind of modeling him in this pose, in this running pose, but he's not actually running, you know. So I'm just trying to get it sort of close, but not perfect. So I'm actually going to move these back. And his arm is so short. Yeah, it's pretty fun. You have to check it out. Give it a whirl. Okay, and it's way up here. I'm looking at the distance between the edge of this neck and where the shoulder starts, even though, and let's see, let me get this shape better. I can tell it's off. It's not matching because he's not leaning forward enough and down enough. And those legs are way, okay. We're gonna do some editing. Some crazy big edits. Well, let's mask these off. Hey, what's up, Rob? I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna go till 10. I might go a little after because I want to get this guy blocked out. We'll see. Why? What do you got going on? There we go. So I kind of want to test to see if I have the leg length correct. See that where the knee is hitting, and if this unfolds, if this leg is, if it's strong, so it seems like this one's a little long, but I'm not sure. We'll have to keep checking it. Okay, so now let's grab the move elastic. Hey Rob, I'm coming to LA. I was going to tell you. Oh, what? Okay, but you've been in there, right? Have you been in the forum? I can just send you a new invite. Don't worry about it. Okay. I hope you have. Do you have something new to show? Tell me you do. I like to give you crap, man. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, the Road Labs, yeah, the Farm Labs Roadshow. Waiting for them to announce. Oh, yeah, you told me that. Okay. Sometimes I talk to people and I don't know who it was I talked to. I'm sorry, Rob. Let's see. Okay. How long would you say it took you to actually get good at modeling? Ooh, that's kind of a tough one because I was a polygon modeler before I was a digital sculptor for many years. So I kind of learned when I was doing, you know, polygon modeling. So I already had a kind of a head start, if you will. Let's see. So that's a tough question for me to answer, and it would be unfair for me to answer because I really don't know. I've been modeling off and on for like 18 years, maybe more, 20 years. I'm old guy. As far as the industry is concerned, I'm an old guy. Move this up here. Okay. I know that makes it look really wonky and broken, but that's what we're going to live with for a minute. Your profile is set up, but you haven't logged into it. Okay. So, hey, Rob, I'm actually beta testing that Google Communities, so you might not matter soon enough. We'll see. I'll talk to you about it later. Okay, I'm wanting to just combine this whole thing right now and then and Zremesh it before I do the head, because this body is so long and it's just kind of a sleek thing, and I want to work it a different way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the pelvis and split hidden, and then I'm going to put all these together. Yeah, Rob. Go. So you haven't been there for a while, right? Or have you been getting notifications from the community lately? Because it's getting more active because I'm inviting a few more people. Yeah, I've talked to you about that before. Anyway, I'm going to Dynamesh this really fast now. Let's see. At a 256, let's see what that does. I'm just wanting to combine all these pieces together. Let's smooth it down. Oh, we got dynamic on. Please don't crash. Okay. Oh, Yedoar? Yeah. Actually, so I don't know if you know, but I teach an online workshop, and I have students in there that actually are realistic modelers, and they have a completely different pipeline. But since they have wanted to learn how to do stylistic or stylized characters, and they've learned this way to block out with primitives, they have now adopted this, and they're using this primitive blockout method to block out the realistic characters. So it's absolutely a thing, and it works great. So yeah, and I'm just smoothing out these lumps and bumps really quick. I don't know why, because it's easier to smooth after I've Zremeshed it. Turn off Dynamesh, go back to Zremesher. Let's drop this down to let's go to 3. Zremesh. Hey, good morning. What time is it where you're at? It's night for me. It's almost 10 o'clock. Figgle Floyd, what's up? 20 years of days when Lightwave was on Amiga and 3D Studio Max was on DOS. Yes, thank you for dating me. I actually started learning on 3D Studio, not Max, 3D Studio version 3. So that was still in DOS. Yes, it was. I'm old. Lightwave, True Space. Half past 7. Oh, okay, 7 a.m. Where are you at in the world? That's great, by the way. Welcome to the stream. Yep. Lightwave. Okay, now the arms are all messed up, but you can kind of see where we're at. Look at the cowboy stuck in there. Yeah, you know. Oh, funny. Cowboy stuck in the dinosaur. Istanbul, Turkey. Wow, crazy. Yes, do it. So, are you still? Oh, you're still doing the thing for GDC? Bazooka. Oh, gotta keep it PG, you guys. Oh man, what's going on? My stream's going crazy, out of control. Okay. Hey Rob, I'm trying to go to GDC. I'm actually trying to go with mutated jellyfish here. So if any of you guys are going to GDC, you might see me there. I'm wanting to go. I haven't gotten all the plans made yet. Trying to get your company to send you? That's a good idea. Lightwave. I used to use There was a software, I think it was made by the same guys who made Lightwave. It was called Body Paint. You guys remember? No, that's Cinema 4D. Cinema 4D. Those guys made Body Paint. I didn't really use Lightwave that much. I messed around with it, but I didn't ever use it seriously. And I did play with ZBrush early on too. I didn't use it very seriously until Disney Infinity, but like ZBrush version 2, I think, is when I started using ZBrush. I mean, I got the very first one when Pixelogic went to SIGGRAPH that first time, and I'm like, you know, they were touting it as this new illustration package with 3D elements, and I downloaded it. They had it for free for a while. Downloaded it and played around with it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool, you know. And then moved along, and then later on it becomes this awesome thing. Okay, let's get a head on there. You guys, Rob, oh my goodness. Oh, you're making me laugh. You don't know how people live before Dynamesh. I say that same thing about Zremesher. There are so many things, you know, that they just keep adding. It's like, I don't know how I lived without that, or this, or that. Seriously. Okay, let's just getting this reference on here. Getting his head is much smaller than it looks. It's about to get man, if you only knew. Yeah, they're always adding just crazy stuff. Just when you think, like, what else could they add to make this cool? It's done, you know. The bird's cooked. What else can you do? And then they go throw something like Zremesher in there, or Dynamesh in there, or, you know, who knows what's next? Some crazy thing. And I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Okay. Now it's starting to look like something. I don't know what. Hello. Just started using ZBrush Core and a tablet. Nice. What's up, Hyperion? Welcome to the stream, man. The gizmo was a cherry on top. Absolutely, man. With machine learning, I don't want to sidetrack you too much. Yeah, the new transformation tools, the new gizmo, this thing, absolutely. It's so cool. It's, you know, and the guys at Pixelogic, they'll add something, but they add it in their own way with their own twist and their own toolbox connected with it. Like when they added that Z modeler brush, they're like, yeah, we can do box modeling, but we're going to do it our way, you know. And then they add this kick butt box modeling stuff, and it may not do things exactly the way you're used to doing them in other programs, but they add things in there to just speed up your productivity so much that it's you kind of have to relearn how to box model, but it's, you know, once you learn it, you just get so much faster at it. And that's the way they do everything. It's crazy. Okay, now I have to guess what the profile looks like, or from the top. I have to kind of guess what his head looks like. We'll get there. Let's see. Just wide to narrow, right? Done. let's see. Yeah, they can't discuss any future features for sure. They always like to do the big reveal, you know, which I don't blame them at all. It's really cool to, like, you know, it's kind of like when they revealed the new Tesla or whatever. They're like, "Woo, check it out," you know. If it's, yeah, it's just part of the cool reveal stuff. All right. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to make this thing underneath here an extra piece. His gobbler. Real render solution like on Moto or my, yeah, that's, you know, that's why they partnered up with Keyshot. They're like, you know, we kind of did what we did with our renderer, and if you want something a little better, then do Keyshot. If you want something more that's, you know, more production level, but the render in here is not, it's not horrible. It's pretty decent. But yeah, it's not what you're used to with other renderers, like, you know, that new Arnold or Mental Ray and stuff. There's ways around it. At the end of the day, ZBrush is still a digital sculpting program, you know. And it does really, I would say it's the best when it comes to digital sculpting, by far. And I'm not just saying that. Let's see. Just want to get that jawline. That's an interesting. Let's see. Is there an easy way to make polygroups from an imported model? You work on gaming characters extracted from a game to make a costume? Yes and no. There are two ways that you could probably use. One way is using auto groups, and what auto groups does is it will put every single separated piece, like separate polygon islands, into their own polygroup. So that's one way. And then another way, then you can move pieces and parts all around, and that's how you would do it. And that's just under polygroup. So over here, polygroups, auto groups right here. And then the second way is by using group by normals. And what that will do is that will group everything that is past a 45 degree or whatever you set this number to. Everything past a 45 degree angle, it will put in its own polygroup. And so then if you're doing like belts and things and you want to polygroup the edges, it will give you nice polygrouped edges. So hope that helps you. Yeah. He was telling another streamer about the fact many do not know ZBrush as an animation timeline too. Oh yeah, good for a little demo since you will make movies in rendering. That's true. There's especially to kind of show off your model, there's a turntable. If you go to movie right here, you can record, you can just start recording. I can just start recording my session and it'll, I mean the file will get quite huge quite fast, but you can still record it, and it's like recording with Camtasia or something like that. Then there's a turntable which will actually do a spinning turntable of your model and you record it. And then there's a snapshot, which is just like a screenshot, but it will leave out all the junk, you know, all the user interface and stuff. Then there's a time lapse, which is it will take a frame like every so often, every time you touch or move the object. So that way it's not just recording all the time. You can actually get up, walk away, get a drink, and come back, and you know, do the time lapse and continue it, and it's just kind of a fast thing. If you've seen my ZBrush core video on YouTube, that's what I use to record that, is time lapse, and it just goes really fast, and it's kind of jarring when you watch it. And then this is forward history and back history. So forward history will actually show you, it'll actually run you through the history of the object. So I could probably play it right now. Forward history. There it goes. And it just kind of like shows the history of this object and it plays through it. And it's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know why it's still showing the other part, but anyway. Let me roll through the history faster. There we go. It just plays through the history of one object, one subtool. Sorry, one subtool. So if you're gonna record history, you have to just kind of keep it all in one subtool and not mess it up. So let's do the time lapse again. Hey, what is the pen and screen you're using? Any link to where to go buy? Yes, it's this is a Wacom Cintiq. It's so if you just go to Wacom, that's WACOM.com. That's where you can get these. There's also resellers around, like photo places will resell them sometimes. This is a 27-inch Cintiq, and it's not necessary to use one of these for ZBrush. It's super nice. It's not necessary. So you can get a smaller one. I wouldn't go as small as a 12-inch one. That kind of gets your user interface a little too crowded. It's better if you're going to go small, you might as well have a tablet. Then you can have a big screen. It's just better to either have the real estate on your screen like this, or a 24 or a 22. 22 is about as small as I would go. So 22, 24, 27, or the new ones. I think they're going to make it 33 or something ridiculous like that. Anything smaller, it's not better to get a Cintiq that's small rather than have a larger tablet. It's just not. It's just better to have a tablet, in my opinion. Anyway, so hope that helps. And welcome to the stream. Okay, so I hope that that kind of helped you with some of this movie. And it also has an animation timeline. I'm not going to get into that right now, but there's you can do some pretty rudimentary animation stuff like set keys and things, but there's not a rig in here per se. There's a Z-Sphere rig, but it's not really like you're used to. It's just you can kind of animate morphs back and forth, which is cool. Yeah, there's different things you can do. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna make this head in two pieces. So I'm going to leave this as his bottom jaw, and I'm going to bring in another one for his top jaw. And it's already 10 o'clock. Okay. Go to bed, Grandma. Jeez, Worth. We're not going to go to bed. We're going to play some Overwatch, right? The 24 and 32 Cintiq Pros are supposed to be out in February. Okay. Oh yeah, new skins. You gotta come play with us, Rob. Those new skins look really nice. Is Blizzard World out? Ooh. I knew the new skins were out, but I didn't know if Blizzard World was out. Oh, I want to go play that so bad. Alright. We're gonna wrap this up, guys. Grandpa's got to go play his games. This has got this really cool bony thing, like sticking out like this. Look at that kind of bony structure underneath the eyeball. That's awesome. Okay. You bought Hog's skin? Oh, cool. I gotta check him out. I really like Farah's new skin, that gold skin. That looks so cool. I think Junkrat's is just kind of brighter colors, so it's just kind of okay for me. I usually play Junkrat, that's why I'm like... You know, I might put the nostrils, block them in separate. Okay. His head's getting a little too tall. Push it in. Oh, you bought the Echo Point May? Nice. The Diva Cat is so... It's... Oh. It's good. It's good. You've got a plug-in in Ableton that makes your voice sound like Zenyatta's. Nice. Your favorite thing? I actually like watching those YouTube. Go check them out. There's these YouTube videos where there's these people that really sound like the characters, and they do an amazing job. I don't know if it's some of them are the real voice actors like McCree, but there's one that's of Junkrat, and he's so funny. He just cracks me up. It's really, really good if you watch those. Anyway. I think this is a little too big. Sleek. Just looking at the silhouette here. Okay, I'm liking where he is at. I'm just going to block in his hand. Waggletail cat mech. Does the tail wag? Oh my gosh, Blizzard. Okay, I got to figure out how to do these hands the way they are. I might save those for later. Just kind of leave that blocked in. Okay, I'm going to Zremesh this though, and I'm going to combine it with the other one. That one. So let's merge it down and save it. Leave him as nubs. Like Mitten. Mitten Dino. Help me. Okay. Oh, funny. Blizzard has a Bastion voice translator in the museum in the waiting room? Nice. Okay. I'm going to crank this up. Zremesh. Let's go up to 13-ish. Okay, there we go. Now we have some more geometry to work with. See, that's kind of how you do it, is just slowly work up the geometry. And now what I can do is I can go in here and just kind of start cutting in the eyeball and stuff. But I might actually block in. See how this eyebrow is a separate piece? I might actually like make a separate piece and block it in there. We'll see. Let's see. Go push in there. There we go. Okay. Anyway, yay for blocked out dino. So, okay. Are you gonna pose it as a reference to? Yeah, I'm gonna put the cowboy and this dinosaur in this pose eventually and 3D print it. That's my goal, and render it out. I might model this other dinosaur behind him, I don't know, or repose this dinosaur to look like this. I'm not quite sure. Kevin has another image that he did for me. Let me bring it in. Let's see. So he also painted this one. See that? It's the same dinosaur, but it's not as lean, I guess. The musculature isn't as crazy. I might make the harness like this though, and this is really cool. I'm essentially going to combine all three and come up with a nice looking dinosaur. Hopefully, I do want to get these little chicken toes going on in there, and just keep working it, you know. So how do I feel about the new booleans? They're amazing, especially if you want to make keys for toys, like the tab, like the keys when you plug the parts together. You know, the slots and the tabs that you push together. They're called keys. Making those is an absolute dream with live booleans. It's so good, so good, and it works really well with hard surface stuff. So, oh. Worth, are you showing off your Blizzard stuff, your fan art? So Mutated Jellyfish has modeled what he thinks the Blizzard headquarters should look like, and it's so awesome. It's super good. So that's the link he just put up there. You should check it out. Oh, is that the video from the museum? Is that yours? Oh, Worth, dude, you should put up what I just talked about. Link to that really fast so people can see it, if you would. So he's been doing this fan art piece of Blizzard HQ, and it's super awesome. So he's a world builder. He worked with me on Disney Infinity. Great stuff. Do you normally use it to press fins or barb pins on your stuff for articulation? I haven't really done much articulation. I usually do collectibles in statue form so they don't articulate, but I really want to get into articulation, and I'm slowly learning how to do that. I just want to do some tests and things with it. But yes, live boolean would be fantastic to test that stuff out with. Awesome. Is there another book you recommend for making toys? A book? No. There isn't really that much information out there on making toys. Unfortunately, maybe that's something we should do, huh? So, anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. Yeah, check out Worth's HQ for Blizzard right there. He just posted it. And then I'll finish the teeth and stuff like that next stream. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining me tonight. Thanks Pixelogic for having me once again. It's always a pleasure. And I am going to be, I'll probably announce it again next week, but I'm going to be at the Formlabs Roadshow in LA on the 8th and 9th of February. So if you guys want to drop by and say hi, I'm going to be over there. They do a lot of 3D printing stuff. That's what Formlabs does. They sell the Form 2 3D printer, and I'm going to be over there as well as Pixelogic. Pixelogic's going to be there doing some panels and things like that. So I'm going to be hanging out with those guys. Yeah, if you guys want to swing by, that'd be awesome. And then, as always, I have an online course. It's called 3D Character Workshop. You can see it right here on this logo above me, right here. And if you go there, I give away all of my brushes, my user interface, and my ruler to help you go between 3D Studio Max and Maya, and to help you do 3D printing, like this. So I built this girl during another stream a while back, and Formlabs printed her for me and brought it to the ZBrush Summit, which is super duper nice of them. And I do cover prepping your model for 3D printing in the course. So if you're interested in that, I go over that inside the course, and a whole bunch of other things too. So if you're interested in that, when you download my brushes, you'll get on the newsletter. And I want to try and open my course again. It's winter enrollment before the end of this month. And so if you get on my newsletter, you'll be notified as soon as I open the course up. So I hope, yep, the Q&A super soon. So I'd love to have all you guys there. And thank you very much for joining me. And I'll have a good night, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for joining me, guys. Take care. Yay, Worth. You're awesome, man. All right, let's go play Overwatch. Here, let me shut this thing off. All right. All right, good night, everybody. See you later.